Hello and welcome to Don't Do This Guide. Any gardener knows a garden is more than just plants. It's a miniature ecosystem. Today, we're focusing on some of the smallest, but arguably the most important members of that web, pollinators. We'll learn why they're vital, how to attract them, and how to keep them coming back. If you love gardening, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more expert tips. Why all the fuss about pollinators? They are the unsung heroes of the plant world. For plants to reproduce, they need pollen transferred from one flower to another. Bees, butterflies, moths, hoverflies, they all play a crucial role in this process. As they flit from flower to flower, they carry tiny grains of life on their bodies, facilitating plant reproduction. This pollination process is essential for a third of the food we eat. Imagine a world without apples, strawberries, tomatoes, the list goes on. Pollinators support the growth of countless trees, shrubs, and wildflowers, maintaining biodiversity. But their numbers are dwindling due to habitat loss, pesticide use, and climate change. We gardeners can create oases for these creatures, pockets of paradise where they can thrive. How do we entice these wonderful creatures into our gardens? The answer lies in understanding their needs and preferences. Pollinators, such as bees, butterflies, and moths, are essential for the health of our ecosystems. They help plants reproduce by transferring pollen from one flower to another, ensuring the production of fruits, seeds, and new plants. To attract these beneficial insects, we need to create an inviting environment that caters to their specific requirements. It starts with the right plants. Choosing the right flowers is crucial because different pollinators are attracted to different types of blooms. By selecting a variety of plants, you can cater to the diverse tastes of these insects and ensure a thriving garden. Different pollinators are attracted to different flowers, so variety is key. A diverse selection of plants will not only attract a wide range of pollinators, but also provide continuous blooms throughout the growing season, offering a consistent food source. For bees, nothing beats open flowers with easy access to nectar and pollen. These industrious insects are particularly fond of flowers that have a simple structure, allowing them to easily reach the nectar and pollen. Think daisies, sunflowers, and lavender. Their bright colors and sweet scents are like beacons to bees. These flowers not only provide essential nutrients, but also create a visually stunning garden that you can enjoy. Butterflies are drawn to brightly colored flowers with a landing pad. These delicate creatures need a place to rest while they feed, so flowers with broad, flat petals are ideal. Buttlejaws, coneflowers, and zinnias are favorites. Don't forget about moths. These nocturnal pollinators are often overlooked but play a crucial role in the ecosystem. Night-scented stalks, evening primrose, and honeysuckle attract these nocturnal beauties. Their sweet fragrance and pale colors are particularly appealing to moths, which are active during the evening and night. Consider flowering times for a succession of blooms throughout the seasons. By planning your garden to have flowers that bloom at different times, you can provide a continuous food source for pollinators from early spring to late fall. Create swaths of color and texture, a tapestry of blooms that will delight both you and your pollinator pals. A well-planned garden not only supports pollinators, but also enhances the overall beauty and appeal of your outdoor space. Many herbs, such as thyme, rosemary, and chives, are also incredibly attractive to pollinators. These plants offer the added benefit of being useful in the kitchen, providing fresh, aromatic ingredients for your culinary creations. Plus, they'll add a wonderful aroma to your garden and your cooking. The dual-purpose nature of these plants makes them a valuable addition to any garden. By selecting a range of plants that cater to different pollinator preferences, you'll create a buzzing haven. This diversity will attract a variety of pollinators, each contributing to the health and vitality of your garden. Remember, a diverse garden is a healthy garden. The more variety you have, the more resilient your garden will be to pests and diseases, creating a thriving ecosystem for both plants and pollinators. Attracting pollinators is one thing, but providing them with a place to call home is another. Creating a welcoming habitat is about providing food, water, and shelter. Many beneficial insects need safe spaces to nest and hibernate. A pile of logs, a patch of undisturbed leaf litter, or a simple bee hotel can provide refuge. You can create a bee hotel by drilling holes of varying sizes into a piece of wood. Hang it in a sunny spot and you'll be amazed at who moves in. Pollinators need a drink, especially during hot weather. A shallow dish filled with water and pebbles will do the trick. Change the water regularly to prevent mosquito breeding. Embrace the messy corners, the piles of leaves, the tangled patches of wildflowers. These are all havens for our buzzing friends. Avoiding harmful chemicals in the garden is crucial. Pesticides and herbicides can wreak havoc on our precious pollinators. These chemicals harm beneficial insects just as readily as they target the unwanted ones. There are plenty of natural alternatives to keep your garden healthy without harming our buzzing friends. Companion planting is a fantastic way to deter pests naturally. Planting marigolds alongside your tomatoes can help to ward off whiteflies. Nasturtiums are like magnets for aphids, drawing them away from your precious vegetables. Hand weeding is often the best approach for dealing with weeds. By working with nature, we can create spaces that are not only beautiful, but also teeming with life. Providing water for our pollinators is essential. These tiny creatures play a crucial role in our ecosystem, and ensuring they have access to water is a simple yet impactful way to support them. It's about creating a safe and inviting watering hole for our buzzing buddies. A well-placed water source can attract a variety of pollinators, from bees to butterflies and even hummingbirds. Bees and butterflies can't swim, so a deep bird bath or pond can pose a danger. Instead, think about the depth and accessibility of the water source you provide. Opt for shallow dishes or saucers. These are much safer and allow the insects to drink without the risk of drowning. Provide landing spots for the insects by filling the dish with pebbles, stones, or marbles. This not only gives them a place to rest, but also makes the water more accessible. Choose a shady spot in your garden, sheltered from the wind. This will create a more comfortable environment for the pollinators. This will prevent the water from evaporating too quickly and provide a cool respite. Pollinators, like all creatures, appreciate a break from the heat. Add a pinch of sand to the water for essential minerals that bees need for their health. These minerals are vital for their development and overall well-being. Even a small water source can make a world of difference to a thirsty pollinator. It's amazing how such a simple addition can have such a significant impact. Get creative and see what you can come up with. From DIY projects to repurposing household items, the possibilities are endless. You might be surprised at who comes to visit your little oasis. The diversity of pollinators you attract can be a delightful surprise. Remember, it's all about being resourceful and thoughtful in your garden design. By considering the needs of pollinators, you can create a thriving, vibrant garden that supports these essential creatures. We want to make sure our pollinator pals have access to nectar and pollen all year round. The key to this is seasonal planting. Spring is a time of renewal, with early flowering plants like crocuses, primroses, and hellebores. Summer brings a riot of color with lavender, buttleges, and verbena. Autumn offers late-blooming beauties like sedums, asters, and ivy. Even in winter, provide food and shelter for birds, who play a role in controlling pests and pollinating early flowering plants. By planning for all seasons, you ensure a continuous feast for pollinators. A well-planned garden supports pollinators year-round. Let's touch on some common mistakes when attracting pollinators. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of creating a beautiful garden, but there are a few pitfalls to watch out for. Resist the urge to be too tidy. A little bit of messiness is good for our buzzing buddies. Leaving some natural clutter like leaves and twigs can provide essential habitats for many pollinators. Piles of leaves, dead wood, and overgrown patches provide essential habitats. These areas offer shelter and breeding grounds for insects, which in turn support the entire ecosystem. Avoid planting too many of the same thing. Monocultures can be detrimental as they don't provide the variety of resources that pollinators need. Pollinators benefit from a diverse diet. Different species of pollinators are attracted to different types of flowers, so having a variety ensures that you cater to a wider range of them. Mix it up. Create a tapestry of colors, shapes, and scents. This not only makes your garden more attractive, but also more beneficial for pollinators. Be mindful of your watering habits. Overwatering or watering at the wrong time can harm both plants and pollinators. Avoid watering during the day when pollinators are most active. Early morning or late evening is the best time to water your garden. Think twice before introducing non-native plants. While they might look appealing, they can sometimes outcompete native species. Some can outcompete native plants and disrupt the ecosystem. Avoid using peat-based compost. Opt for peat-free alternatives. Peat extraction is harmful to the environment and depletes natural habitats. Remember that pollinators need our help all year round. Even in the colder months, they require food and shelter. Provide food and shelter throughout the year, even during the colder months. Consider adding birdhouses or insect hotels to your garden. Don't be afraid to experiment. Trying out different plants and arrangements can lead to surprising and delightful results. Gardening is all about trial and error. Keep a journal to note what works and what doesn't. And don't be discouraged by failures. Try different plants and combinations to see what works best in your garden. Each garden is unique, and what works in one might not work in another. A healthy garden is about balance and diversity. Strive to create an environment where various plants and insects can thrive together. By avoiding these common mistakes, you can create a thriving pollinator paradise. Your efforts will be rewarded with a vibrant and lively garden. Your garden will be a haven for a wide variety of beneficial insects. Happy gardening. There you have it! A simple yet effective guide to making your garden a haven for pollinators. Remember, every little bit helps. Even a small window box filled with pollinator-friendly blooms can make a difference. By choosing the right plants, avoiding chemicals, and creating a welcoming space, you can support these essential creatures while enjoying a more vibrant garden. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. We'd love to hear about your pollinator-friendly garden journey.